Good afternoon, grade 10s. Welcome to today's lesson. My name is Ms. Gasa, and I'm so excited to have you with me today on this Thursday. I hope you've had a productive and a lovely day, and you're looking forward to this lesson like I am. Before we go any further, please take note of my email address. It's right there. It's gasazama@yahoo.com. And I want you to email me if you have any questions from the work that we've done this week or anything at all that has to do with English. Even if you need assistance with your English assignments, I am here for that. Okay. Today, we are talking about business letters. That's our topic for the day. And businesses are in trouble at the moment because of what's happening worldwide with coronavirus. And some are unfortunately closing down and others are needing assistance. And most businesses, I'm sure, are writing letters right now to try and save their businesses. And they need to find new ways of doing business. So today's lesson will be very important for you because you might just be able to help a business owner that perhaps wants to apply for a loan, wants to send a letter to the bank or to funders or to customers. So if you're not using these skills right now, you might need them in the future when you become a business owner, a CEO, or an employer. Yeah, all of that one day. So this will be very useful skills that you will definitely be using in the future as well. So I just want to find out from you, what do you like about the new way businesses are operating now during the lockdown with coronavirus doing its round in the world? So you can just write your answers or you can just raise your hand and you can share your views with us. What do you like about the new way businesses are operating? Or what do you find frustrating about the new normal of doing business, of going to the mall, of queuing, your hands being sanitized, wearing a mask? What are your thoughts on that? Sarah says, we are saving petrol and making sure we are safe. Nice, that's very nice, that's very true. I mean, people are at home now most of the time and there's less traveling and you are having school at home even. I'm teaching from home, so you're saving a lot of petrol, which means also saving money and we're saving the environment. Other views? What do you find frustrating? What I find frustrating is when you go to the mall and you have to be sanitized at every shop and it makes your hands so dry. I find that so irritating that there's no point in trying to put moisturizer on your hands because you go to the next shop, the same thing happens. So I just find that very, very irritating. Well, one of the things out of many that I find irritating. Sarah also says the downfall is that it is also causing people stress. Yes, it's true. It's very true. I mean, with you guys being at home and not being able to go to school, not knowing when you will continue with the school year, I can imagine how frustrating that is as well on your side. Let's hear your opinion. Let's hear your views on the topic. Let's talk about the positives as well, because we've just mentioned, Sarah mentioned the positive of saving petrol and being safe, which is a good positive. I mentioned a negative with the sanitizer. So let's try and look at both the positive and the negative. What do you think is working? What do you think is not working? And also think about it from a business owner's perspective with all these changes. What do you think, class? Sarah says we don't have to change out of our PJs for online classes. Yes, that is so true. You don't even have to brush your teeth or do anything else. You could just get up, come to class. Can you imagine how long it used to take you to get ready to go to school and you have to wake up a couple of minutes earlier just for that? What do you think, guys? What do you think, Rain? What do you think, Kosimpile? What is your opinion on what we're talking about? What do you think, Zalnia? What are your views? So the question heard is here on the screen. Look at the screen. It says, so we're talking about the new ways businesses are operating because of coronavirus. So what do you like about the new way businesses are operating during the lockdown? Or what do you find frustrating about that? So Nkosi Pile says, oh, you didn't hear the question. Okay, it's fine. I've just repeated it. So what do you think? Remember, guys, you can type or you can speak as well. You can raise your hand and you can speak to the class. What do you think? Sarah says, for some business owners, some can do their work online, such as teachers. Yes, just like we are doing right now. I'm at home, I'm in my living room and teaching you right now. Hurt says, well, a frustrating thing is that people are more frantic to get the products they need, leaving less for others. Yes. Remember at the beginning of the lockdown, there was that whole thing that people were just buying so much hand sanitizer, toilet paper, and all the essentials. Okay. Right, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your views. And Kosimpila said there's no way that they can wake up early. Yes, we don't wake up early. We have different times that we wake up now. Okay, so in today's lesson, you are going to appreciate formal writing. This lesson seeks to promote the importance of using business letters and the purpose for using different styles of writing for different purposes. Okay, and this lesson also seeks to promote appreciations of skills and using them, skills gained and using them outside the classroom. And a special mention to Megan and Michaela for doing their homework and handing it in. A round of applause. Thank you so much. Class, you still have time to give me your homework and I will mark it and give you feedback on it. I encourage all of you to do that. Remember to take note of my email address. That's where you will email your work. And I'm going to give you a document for homework today that you will work on. I think that will also be easier. So you don't have to take screenshots or try to write questions down. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at these two letters. I need 2 volunteers to read. 2 people that will read for us, please. Remember what I always say about reading. It's good practice and no one can see you. So you don't have to feel eyes staring when you're reading. Good to practice your pronunciation for your fluency. And this is a safe space to practice because no one will judge or laugh when you make mistakes. We are all here to learn from each other. I'm learning from you guys and you are learning from me too. So it's not just a one-way thing. Volunteers? Okay, Hurt is going to read for us. Thank you, Hurt, for volunteering. Hurt.
Which did I read?
Okay, the one that says 14, the address at the top says 14 Plowden.
All right, should I read from the address or?
From the address. So you can actually even say skip a line or things like that, okay?
All right. So 14 Plowden Road, Torquay, from Devon, TQ6 1RS, telephone number 0742 06538. Skip a line. The date is the 22nd of December 2007. The address of the recipient is the Secretary, Hall School of Design, 39 Beaumont Street, London, W4 4LJ. Dear Sir or Madam, I should be grateful if you would send me information about the regulations for admission to the Hall School of Design. Could you also tell me whether the school arranges accommodation for students? Yours faithfully, Alan P. or Alan Parker.
Fantastic. Thank you. It's always a fantastic job. Thank you, Hurt. All right. Okay, so that was our first letter. I need a volunteer to read the second one. Volunteer to read the second letter with the Smart Buy address from Smart Buy, from the manager of Smart Buy. Come, greetings. All right, I'm going to read the second letter. It says that the top Smart Buy, 22 Blue Street, Paris, Web 6 DJ, phone 071 066 429, 7 January, skip a line, Susan Fernandez, 14 Plowden Road, Turquoise, Devon, TQ6, IRS. Dear Ms. Fernandez, with reference to your order number 543 placed on January 2nd, I'm writing to apologize for the delay in shipping the item. Unfortunately, the specific model of camera you ordered is currently out of stock. It should be in stock by Monday. We are confident that we will be able to ship your order within the next 3 days. Please contact us if you have any questions. Thanks for being patient with us. Yours sincerely, Paul Smith, manager of Smart Buy. Okay, so those are our letters. So I want to know from you, what kind of letters are these? Are they the same letter? Are they different letters? So you can say in your answer, 14 plow, use the address, use that first line. Okay, so Tyrese says these are formal letters or letters to the editor. They're not letters to the editor, but one of them is a formal letter. What is the other one? Yes, Nkosimpilo, you're right. These are different letters. So one of them is a formal letter, as Tyrese is mentioning. What is the other one? The other one is informal. Hurt you right, that the other one is a letter to a business. So remember, with informal letters, you don't have two addresses, okay? And the tone is not as formal as this one. It is, informal letters are friendly letters. So this one I written for a specific purpose. Okay, so the letter to The letter by Alan Parker with 14 Plowden Road address is a formal letter. Okay. And the one that is addressed to Miss Fernandez is a business letter. As you can see, so they both have a signature, Tyrese. It's just that this one wasn't filled. If you see there with the letter by Paul Smith, the manager of Smart Buy, there's a space there. That space is just so that they add a signature. Okay, so they both include a signature. Okay, these are examples. We're not going to use the very same formats. I just wanted to show you a business letter and a formal letter that they're actually quite similar, but they also have a few differences. Okay, so I want us to have a look at the differences between a formal and a business letter. Okay. Formal letters. Formal letters are a formal or professional way to communicate between people. So you're not going to write a formal letter to your friend. You're not going to write a formal letter to your grandmother who lives in another province. They are written for a specific purpose to people, organizations we don't know very well, or we don't have a personal relationship with. The relationship is professional. Okay, so in other words, the relationship between the writer and the receiver, as I've said, is professional. Okay, so these letters can be written to the local council, to the principal, to the church, sponsors, organizations. Right, these kind of letters are written for a specific purpose, like applying for a post, seeking advice or help, or complaining, offering a suggestion. I want to know from you, have you written a formal letter, not just for school purposes? Have you written a formal letter before? And can you tell us about that outside of school? Have you written a formal letter outside of school? And just give us more details about that. So Tyrese, you haven't yet. Okay, Hertz also says no. Okay. Sarah also says no. No. Okay, a lot of you haven't written formal letters, but you haven't written them yet. Because soon you'll be applying for jobs, yes, and you'll be applying for funding for university or for scholarships. So remember, those skills that you're learning right now, they're going to come very useful in the future. All right, business letters. Business letters are actually, who would like to read? I'd like to hear your voices so that I'm not the only one who's talking. Grade 10, who'd like to read? So you're just reading the points for us. Okay, Nkosi Pile and Sarah would like to read. Okay, we'll start with Nkosi Pile. And then Sarah, you will read the next one for us. Come on. Nkosi Pile. Nkosi Pile.
Ma'am.
Hi.
I'm good, and you, ma'am?
I'm well. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Okay, go for it. So you're just reading the points on this page.
Okay. Okay. Business letters are a formal way to communicate with a business. The communication can be to a business or from a business. A consumer can write to a business to complain give a compliment or suggestion. Job seek- job write
Seekers.
seekers can write a business letter to a potential employer asking about a job post, and business can respond to the letter. Employees can write business letters to their employees, and the other way around. In addition, because business can read business letters to each other to form or strengthen working relationship.
Right, Nkosipile, I just need you to read from the comma, that last point from the comma until the full stop. Just read slowly and sound out the words, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Businesses can write business. What? Businesses
Business.
can write
Mhm.
business. Businesses can write business letters to each other to form or strengthen working relationship.
Fantastic. You must always do that. If you read slower and you're not sure of a word, you'll most likely sound it out correctly. That was fantastic. Thank you, Nkosipile. Nice
Okay.
job. All right, fantastic. So here's more information about business letters. Do you have any questions at the moment? You're absolutely right. Some of these words can just twist your tongue. So it really helps to just go a bit slower. Okay. Any questions about business letters? All right, no questions. Okay, fantastic. Right, so here's another example of a business letter. So this is the format that we're going to use. We're not going to use that format that we had a look at in the first two examples, okay? That format was just an example for you to differentiate which one was a formal letter and which one was a business letter. All right, so Sarah says she wanted to read. Sarah, no need to be nervous. You always do a fantastic job. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to read the letter. Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. So, ma'am, am I reading from the body?
No, you're reading from the very top. And where you see that there's a line or there's space, you can say you skip a line. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Easy Gadget Company, 19 Arch Avenue, Retreat, 7,945. Date is 30 August 2012. Skip a line. PO Box 305, Toki, 7966. Skip a line. Dear Miss Toshu.
Don't worry about the pronunciation. It's a difficult name.
Okay, ma'am. Complaints about iPod bought at Easy Gadgets. I recently received a letter in a post, and I would like to apologize for the delay in a reply. A letter regarding your disappointment in the service we provided to you is a top priority, and we don't like to leave customers unsatisfied. As Easy Gadgets Company, we are working on fixing the problem. We are in a communication with the manufacturer in the USA. We hope they will give you the company access and resources of fixing their phone in order to prevent any incidents from happening again. I would like to offer you, Ms. Tershi, a voucher to redeem the Easy Gadget Company to show your sincere appreciation for the letter you sent to us, and to make sure that your next experience with us will be a good one. I hope that we will see you soon in Easy Gadget Company. I apologize again for the problem of your earphones and the USB cable. Thank you. Hand signature inserts and everything.
Okay, and the company logo there. You have a question?
No, ma'am, I'm fine.
Thank you so much. Great job.
I was nervous.
You don't have to be nervous. You've been doing this for so long and you got this.
Okay, ma'am.
Thanks, Sarah. All right, so there's our example of a formal letter. I want you to take in the format, okay? Where the addresses are, when to skip a line, where the subject line is, and that the sentences are short and there's paragraphs. Okay. Okay, so here are features of a business letter. There's two addresses, as you saw. There's the writer's address that goes on the right-hand side and is followed by the date. Okay, and then you skip a line. The address of the business or the recipient goes on the left-hand side. Okay, and you must write the position of the person you're writing to first before writing the address. So let's go back to that one. Okay, see, there's the address. And at the top, it's not here on this example, but at the top there, you say who you are writing to, the position. But it depends on the letter. If a customer is writing to the business or if the business is writing to the customer. But like this one, there's no title. You're writing to a customer, so you won't say manager or CEO at the top. That will only happen if a business is writing to a business or a customer or an employee is writing to a business. The next thing is the formal greeting, okay, or the salutation, right? You can say, dear sir or madam, if you do not know the surname of the person you're writing to. But if you do, please always make sure that you address the person by their name. It's more personal. It knows that it lets them know you know who you're talking to, which is always nice. All right, and then the body. So after the introduction line or the subject line, you skip a line, okay? And then the writer will provide more details about the reason for writing the letter. This can be offering a solution to the problem they are posing or asking for advice. So your body depends on you. It can be very short, like the examples that we saw with the formal and business letter, or it can be long, like this example that we saw just here right now. So let's just go back to it and have a look at the body. So this body has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 paragraphs, but it's very short. So with business letters, use simple sentences, get straight to the point, and just keep it short, concise, simple. So you make sure that your message gets across, right? So the subject line, which is over here, which is right after, where it says complaint about iPod bought at Easy Gadget. That's your subject line. So it's just a short summary of why you're writing the letter or what your letter is about. Okay, and the main idea of introduction, then you skip a line. In this section tells the recipient why you have written to them. It introduces the topic, and this is where you also introduce yourself. It answers the question why. So this is the first paragraph. The first paragraph lets us know why you're writing that letter. So if we look at this one, I recently received your letter in the post and would like to apologize for the delay in reply. Okay. So we know why they're writing the letter. It's a response to Mrs. T. I'll call her Mrs. T because I'm not sure how to pronounce that surname. Okay, Miss T. It's a response to Miss T. So Miss T wrote first to the business. And now this is a response to her letter. So we know in that first paragraph the purpose of the letter. So for the conclusion, you skip a line after the body, and the writer mentions what they need from the recipient and how they can be reached or contacted. Okay, so this is after your body. This is after you've mentioned why you're writing, what's the problem. So make sure that they know how to reach you. All right, 7, the salutation or the greeting at the end. Okay, so after your conclusion, you skip a line, and then the salutation is used to end the letter in a polite way. So you used words like yours faithfully, kind regards, yours sincerely. Okay, and then you add a signature, and then you include an initial and your surname. So those are the 7 features of a business letter. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions about the features? Anything that was not clear to you? If you are all good, please give me a thumbs up or a yes, ma'am. Sarah, you say no. So no questions. So that no means you don't have a question or you have a question. None. What is my question? Do you have any questions? So it's no. So Nkosimpila, you have a question? Yes. Okay, Sarah says no questions. We all good to go? All right. Okay. And who would like to read the differences for us? So this is how you're going to read. You're going to read 1 from the formal letter and 1 from the business letter. And then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Volunteers to read? Tyrese, are you saying you'd like to read? Okay, Hertz wants to go. What about you, Tyrese? Speaking on Hertz's behalf. Okay. All right, Hertz. Okay. All right, Hertz will read for us.
Yes. Okay. Point 1, formal letter. Write to someone you don't know very well. Can be a figure of authority. Point 1, business letter. Write to a business. A business writes a letter to a customer or client, employee or business partner.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Great job as always. All right, Tyrese, you said you want to be next. And who wants to go after Tyrese? Tyrese, you can read 2, please.
Okay. 2, formal letter. Write for a specific purpose. These include application, ask for advice, assistance, suggestion, or complaint. The purpose is professional. 2, business letter. Reason for communication is strictly business related.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Tyrese. Great job. So many professional readers in this class. Okay, Tanda, you're going to go next, but I have a question before you go.
You have a question for me?
No, for the class, Tyrese. Thank you.
Oh.
All right. So number 2 says, you are writing an application asking for advice, can you do the same thing for a business letter? Or you can't? Are the lines blurred there? The reason of writing, the purpose of writing. Hurt says, yes, if you're applying for the job, I think that's correct. Because in today's class, it says that the notes say that if you're writing an application to a business, it's actually a business letter. So the lines can be blurred between a business and a formal letter. Okay. Right, number 3. Tando said you're going to read number 3 for us, okay? Tando?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Uh, Hi. How are
Okay,
you?
read.
Okay. Language. Formal letter number 3. Formal, serious or serious. Use simple and polite tone. Business letter 3. Language, formal, serious or serious. Use simple and professional tone.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Tando. Great job. Thank you for reading for us, Tando.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. So the language is both formal for a business and a formal letter, and the format is different. So the format is for a business letter is for the format for a business letter is the one that you saw earlier, and the format for a formal letter is similar to that one you saw earlier, but it's quite different from what you are taught in grade 10. Okay. Number 5 says avoid using abbreviations or contractions. You must write out words in full. Okay. It sounds more professional when you do that. And it's the same thing for a business letter. Right. Here's your activity. So I'm going to send you right now your homework. So I'm going to attach your homework. So you can use the document as it is to respond to the activity. Okay. So you're writing a business letter of between 120 to 200 words on one of the following topics. Who would like to read the topics for us? Okay, Hurt will read the topics for us. Okay, thank you, Hurt.
All right. Write a business letter of 120 to 200 words on one of the topics below. Number 1. You are the founder of a small business that employs 15 people. Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, your business is struggling to stay afloat. Write a letter to the bank asking for a business loan.
All right, please pause for a moment there, Hurt. Okay, so for this one, you can be very creative. So there's a couple of things you need to keep in mind. What is my business? What do we do? Do we sell? Do we offer a service? And you need to be specific with the bank that you're applying to, and keep those things in mind when you're writing, when you pick the first topic. Okay, 2, Hurt.
Number 2. The lockdown has strained the profits of many businesses, including yours. Write a letter to your employees informing them of possible salary cut for the next 2 months.
Okay, so the same thing as well here, that you're a business, so you don't have to directly mention what you're doing, but you need to hint at it when you're writing this letter. Okay, because your employees already know what business you do. So you're just hinting it. You're not saying we are, well, you find a way around it. Okay, so you just need to think along those lines. 3, Hut?
Number 3. Write a business letter to your customers telling them about the relief plan you are offering those that are unable to pay their accounts during the lockdown. Your customers must apply for the relief plan.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Hurt. All right, so those are your topics, but don't worry, the information is in the document that I sent you. If you've received the document, please say so I know that you have it. And if you don't, let me know as well. It might be for reasons I'm not sure about that you can't access the document, then you'll take my email address and I will email it to you. Okay. Any questions about the topics? Anything you're not sure about? So it's all clear, 120 to 200 words. Okay, thank you. Well done, grade 10s. Thank you so much. Thank you for participating in today's lesson. As always, it was lovely having you in class, but we are not done because I want us to go back to the beginning. Some of you were late, so you did not hear the question I asked at the beginning of the lesson. All right, so I want to know your views on this. What do you think about the new way businesses are operating? We're talking in terms of the lockdown and the COVID-19 outbreak. What do you think about that? Is it a yay? Is it a nay for you? And why is that? And what do you find frustrating about the new normal way of doing business? I mentioned earlier that the hand sanitizing just does not work for me. I don't like how it makes my hands dry because they say that it has to have 70% alcohol in it for it to work. So I don't like that. So I'm going back to the slide with my email address for those that want to contact me or don't have the homework that I just sent. Sarah says, it's bad for me because I'm kind of missing my friends. Me too, Sarah, me too. Hurt says, another thing is that people don't obey the distancing rules. That is so true. And sometimes when you tell them that you're not standing a meter away from me, some people get offended. Sarah agrees with Hurt's comment and she says it's mostly kids that don't obey this. I hope everyone has my email address. It's gasazama@yahoo.com. Please contact me if you have questions and to send me your homework. It's very important that you do your homework. I think it'll be very helpful because it has a lot of information. I gave you a guide on how I'm going to mark your homework. And also the examples and the notes in today's class are there. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will meet tomorrow at the same time.